first of all, you guys are just looking always spicy. I love it. The spice is it's fire.
Says the chili peppers herself.
Oh, stop it. I mean self-love. That's what we're talking about today. So, yeah, I wanted to get straight in there. What does self-love mean to you? What is the definition of self-love?
Like growing up, no one really spoke about like the importance of self-love. Like, you know, it was always, people always made me feel like I shouldn't love myself because it meant that I was so full of myself. You know, they would say little things like that, like, oh my God, you're so full of yourself. But like, as I got older, I understand how important it is because do you understand what I'm saying?
Those people didn't. Our parents didn't even understand what self-love was. Like
even till now, I don't think they know what it means.
They endured so much. They were they just wanted to survive. Like, they didn't. They didn't have the luxury that we possess today 100%. To be able to think of themselves. And even for me, from a man's perspective, I feel like for the last decade or so, women have been this. You know, female empowerment movement have helped women. Pay attention to self-love, but I feel like it's still an area that men are still suffering in because men are not encouraged to love themselves. When a man wants to do something, it's considered selfish. Like, you know, anything that is going to be good for the man and his mental being, his mental well-being, men are easily precluded to be selfish in those pursuits. So
funny you said that because I've never looked at it like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true.
Honestly,
when I think self-love, I always think
like
female.
That.
Exactly.
Like female empowerment.
And even if he's man, I never look at it from the perspective of he has to do this for him right now in order so he can fill his cup.
We're supposed to be, we are supposed to be responsible for everybody else but ourselves. And the moment a man takes the time to start doing something for himself,
it's a problem.
He's precluded to be selfish. You know, and it was mad. Actually, it was mad because. During my birthday, I gathered a few of my male friends, a good number of my male friends together. It's probably about 20 of us. And we were sitting there, we were just having conversations. And for the majority, I'll probably say 80 to 90% of the men who were in relationships are there not because they want to be there.
Wow.
It's like it was deep. It was there just because they feel like they have a responsibility to be there and support and provide and, you know, be men.
Tick their boxes.
And tick those boxes so that they don't get demonized as people as
waste man or something. Yeah.
But they weren't there because they happily wanted to be there, which is deep. That's deep, man.
Because we have these ideologies in life of how things are meant to go, especially if you have faith or you're part of, you know, being a Christian or whatsoever. I find that, you know, there is an ideology of how things are meant to be set, and you feel like if you don't hit them targets, you are a failure or you're not going to receive your salvation and all them sort of things. Yeah. So, but self-love has to come before them things, and I've learnt that more so within the last year, that it's not, I feel even with my faith, it's not always about pleasing the outside and what everyone may look in and think, oh, do you know what I mean? Or if your marriage doesn't go on, you're a failure. Like there's loads of things like that. And I've been able to open my eyes to see that there's loads of marriages out there that are still together and they can say, oh, 25 years, 45 years, but are they actually happy?
Are they 45 years of happiness?
100%.
No, they're sleeping in separate beds,
Right.
they're just putting, you know, they go to church in their nice clothes, but it's when they're going home, they're not.
Yes.
If you know your self-love is strong enough, you should be able to communicate with that person to say, you know what, I'm not feeling good in this. It doesn't always have to be a drama.
I feel like if you love somebody enough, you will allow them the space to be able to do what they need to do. You've got to sometimes being loving means letting go.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? You've got to love people we're at different everybody's at different stages of their journey, and sometimes you may not be in sync at certain stage of your life or for the rest of your life. And you've got to love the person enough to be able to say, you know what? Find you.
Some people have divorced. I know people who have divorced and married back.
Right.
They divorced, they separated for 2 years, and then they thought, oh, you know what? And then they got back together.
That's kind of cool.
And that time apart is necessary.
It's a part of their journey.
I always feel like, you know, if you're pouring into people, you've got to make sure that you are full of yourself in order to be able to successfully pour into people. Like, you know, when you're on a plane, they always tell you this, and I feel like this is the perfect metaphor for this subject, right? They say in the case of an incident, if the oxygen supply cuts out, there will be a mask that will fall from the ceiling or somewhere in the plane. Be sure to put your mask on first before you help the next person, even your children. Because guess what? You can't help nobody when you're dead.
This is
right? You can't help anybody when you're empty. So taking care of yourself and making sure that your insides are good is priority number one. You know.
And it might not suit others, but you just got to do what you got to do.
Again, going back to the whole thing of, you know, as women, especially women, we're like givers, you know, and especially in relationships, we think that we have to give. And even though we might not get it back, we're taught to stay there and just put up with it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like you're almost empty. And,
but isn't that a form of discipline as well?
I don't really think so. I think
because I feel like as much as we're talking about, you know, self-love and stuff like that, I think as humans we can be quite spoiled. As soon as something doesn't go to our planning or it doesn't go right in our direction, we just give up on ourselves, and that's kind of that's not self-love. You've got to also be disciplined. Like, if something doesn't work, there are couples that have, you know, probably sleep in separate rooms. It doesn't mean they don't love each other. It just means they're going through a bad patch. But then there's now the spoiled attitude kicks in.
There's a difference with sleeping in different rooms and you guys still actually have love for each other, but you need space. And there's a difference for you just to stay in that relationship and it's toxic.
But where's the line of discipline? Where's the line
yourself.
When you
start
affecting your mental health. I was about to say, when
so
you start
how is
affecting
that
yourself and it's getting to a point where it's now changing who you are as a person. Now you've become lost in everything.
You're acting out of character, you're doing things that you wouldn't necessarily do.
That relationship is bringing out the worst in you. A relationship is supposed to be complementary. It's supposed to actually bring out the best in you. It's supposed to motivate you and take you to, inspire you. It's not supposed to bring you down.
But then naturally, I don't think
But there will be stages.
But there's
100%.
I get it what you start saying, but then
But 25 years of that, I mean.
But I'm not gonna lie. This is why I kind of once upon a time I did believe in marriage. Right, I do believe in unions.
I still believe in marriage.
I'm not going to say I don't believe in it, but I'll just say I don't strongly agree.
Love and marriage are two different things.
Yeah, I don't strongly agree with it because I believe that everybody grows out of each other. I believe everybody grows out of each other. Not everybody who starts with each other will end with one another. So I kind of just believe like loving yourself is also knowing your limitations.
Right, your boundaries, 100%.
So
that's self-love.
For me, it's like I don't necessarily. It's not that I don't want to get married. I love the idea of it, but is it feasible for me? Is it something?
But why
that
are you
I
getting
believe?
married? Is the question.
Yeah. I don't feel like I feel like I can have a successful and a happy situation or relationship without that being
right. I agree.
Well, it's for someone. It doesn't have to be for someone else. Whatever makes you happy. If you're in a relationship and you feel like marriage is not something that's important to you, like you're more into the whole partnership and whatever it may be. Some people just want marriage just for security, maybe that's what they believe.
Success or something.
Sometimes it doesn't say trophy. That's because you don't believe in it, but other people may see it faith-wise. You understand? You know, marriage is sacred in the sense of, you know, you come together and yoked with God. So it's not the wedding part of it all. Some people can just get married in church and have a little party with their family and friends.
It's okay to want a dream wedding too.
I'm saying it's fine, but I'm saying each to their own. There's no.
I think it's like a controlled. It's a controlled.
Well, that's your
agreement.
Yeah, but self-love also goes on to other things, which it can pull you through so many different levels of your life.
Yes.
I.e. getting a job or being declined for a job or whatsoever. That self-love, that self-worth can carry you through on so many different levels.
So since we're talking about love then, Mark, can you...
I'll take that baton
Can a person be in love with more than one person?
I think you can.
Multiple people.
I think you can.
Not the same way though. I
was about to just say that.
I don't think it's the same.
Exactly, but hold on. Let's
let Mark finish.
I'm sorry, babe.
See, we limit ourselves to the way we think and the way we feel. No, okay, cool. I refuse. I'm going to talk about myself. I refuse, as a creation of a greater being, to limit myself in terms of the way I think or the way I feel. I will openly say it. Like, that I feel like anything is possible.
Yeah.
Limitations are endless, right? I agree with what you say in terms of, the question was, can you love more than one person at the same time? And I believe yes.
I meant romantically.
Yes.
Romantically,
Romantically, I believe yes. Yeah, because, and then which now leads on to the second part you say. You can love and be in love with two people for different reasons.
Two people.
Yeah, listen.
3, 4.
There are listen, like
5.
hold on. You got to think of it like this. We only believe in this marriage to one person because of a culture.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, from where I originate from, you can have multiple wives. Right? My granddad had multiple wives.
So why are you two are bouncing off
My
each other
granddad
right
before
now?
him had multiple wives, right? And also in some religions, it is also seen as okay to have multiple wives.
Yeah.
It is a responsible
And
thing to
multiple
do.
husbands.
If you can afford it.
If you can afford it,
Why
right?
is that a
Cool.
responsible thing to do?
Yeah, we
You
can
have a
afford it.
bigger
So.
family. More
If you-
people
yeah.
looking
Cool.
after more people.
So,
It's a good
so
thing.
what I see is like I could be with someone because they make me feel complete in this area. I could be with another person because they make me feel complete in this area, but they're two different people.
Yes.
And I can love them,
So is that
especially
only
in
for
their
men?
own unique ways.
Is that only
I
for
think
men?
that's for any form of
that's for
human
everybody.
being.
Some people have why can't I pronounce this?
Polygamous.
Polygamous
I still can't
relationship.
say polygamous.
I've actually seen documented.
Polygamous. They have, which is
We
like
have
an
victory.
open relationship, you know.
No, I
like-
wouldn't call it open.
It's not-
I would
it's
say-
not-
it's
because
not
I-
it's a form
necessarily
of
open.
understanding.
Yeah,
it's
but
an understanding.
they
Because I have a
both-
friend.
It's
But they
agreed.
both have like so the wife would have, you know, her boyfriends, and the husband will have
His mistresses.
his girlfriends,
Well,
and they
that's,
both.
that's not what I've seen, but
Well, that's what that's funny. I literally, it was
I wanna
literally
know
on
what this one
Instagram.
is.
It was literally on Instagram. I actually saved it because it was like a 10-minute documentary. I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. Like, I watched 5 minutes of it, and they basically just accept. So the girlfriend's boyfriend will come to the house, but they don't.
No.
I'm being serious. I'm being serious. I'm
You
being
lost me at that
serious.
stage.
Why?
Her boyfriend.
I'm not surprised. I'm not
I'm
surprised.
my girl's bum in my
Are you
house.
serious?
And then, but it's a vice versa thing. Do you get what I mean? And sometimes he'll go to
No,
My friend,
No,
my friend.
open my girl's bum in my house.
Okay.
My friend.
I get you. They have an understanding. But the thing is, they have an understanding.
No, carry
I
on.
don't
I feel like you guys just
They
get like
do.
that when it's men.
No.
Because if
You
when
know,
it's 100 wives, you guys
you
don't
lost
care.
me.
Ariette,
You
I don't-
lost
It's 3,
me.
4 wives.
Michael,
You
you
lost
was,
me.
you was interested
Like,
a minute ago.
When it's wives,
You
when
lost
it's
me.
wives.
There's
And she
rules.
brings her boyfriend.
Listen, there's
to the
things-
I'm
house.
just saying.
There's
I know.
rules.
Hold up, how is it a rule now? Because
No,
now you were
no,
talking about this whole culture thing.
I'm about to.
This is
I
a
wanna-
culture.
I'm
This is
backing
a
up
culture.
Ariette. I'm gonna back her up and say
I
that.
don't believe in that.
Us
I'm
as
just saying.
individuals,
I'm
I
just
can be
saying.
biased. I can be biased, yeah, and say that although that we might have an agreement, me personally, if you want to open your bum for another
16.
nigga, you can't do it in my house. You can do it outside.
Okay,
but
fine,
not
do it
in
outside.
where I am. I don't even want to know
No,
if you're
but-
opening your bum for someone else.
No, but that's the thing.
Like, why are you saying?
Like,
yeah,
no,
yesterday was
no,
good.
do you know what?
And
No,
yet,
I don't
it's talking about a culture.
I feel like
Yeah.
okay.
There are people that do that. I'm not
Yeah,
surprised.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
fair
but it's
enough.
people that do
But I
that.
feel-
Swingers parties.
I feel like, you know, when men talk about from this perspective, a lot of times women feel that it's because that men just want to have their cakes and eat it. It goes
Really?
Beyond that.
It goes beyond that. I feel
Cheats.
like men have been biologically wired to be able to handle certain.
I'm just let me put my drink down.
Sure you
Let
do.
me put my drink down.
Let me. I want the science lesson.
I look at her face, she's like,
They're gonna start bringing up Africa in
You
a
know,
minute.
They're gonna
They're
start
going back
caveman.
to
Biology.
biology.
We are
no,
not
no,
built the
guys,
same.
guys, let me allow.
Let him land.
Our
So let me-
DNA
I'm-
structure is
let
not
me
wired
land.
correctly.
Yeah, no, you know, I feel like men have been wired the same. Like a woman cannot peacefully go to bed knowing that she's servicing multiple men.
Yes, she can.
It's not
Me-
maybe
more
some
rare.
of these.
You just
women-
said, can you love two people at the same time? This is
I
where it's
said-
deriving from.
Yeah, this is where it's deriving from. So,
Okay.
my answer to that is yes. As he explained, you can love, because I don't feel that you would ever, and this applies to both men and women. Yes, I agree. I don't think that most times you will ever find everything you're looking for in one
One
person.
person, which is very
Sometimes
true.
you just have to, separate. and
Listen,
divide.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Do you
not gonna-
think we're monogamous people? Like, do you think we're made
I
for
don't think we're
monogamy?
naturally
Or-
like that.
No,
I don't
you
think that
don't.
we are.
I don't
Like,
think we
think
are.
about it.
I don't think we
about
are.
it.
I think
we
we're
are.
trained
about
to be
it.
like that.
Yeah, we're
I
trained.
We're in
we
our early 30s, yeah? You're in your early 30s, you get married.
And I tell you why.
are here to be with the same person, one person, for the next 60 years of your life.
Beautiful.
It's
Doves do it all the time.
What? Doves don't live to be 80 years old.
Doves mate for life.
She said doves.
But doves don't live.
But how would the population grow if they made for life?
Spiders do it too, but they last 2 weeks.
I wish I was a spider.
Don't come to me about doves do it and spiders do it. We're spending a very vast majority of our time doing this.
But seriously, the reasons why I don't believe that, is because
you don't believe what?
Like in terms of like we're not supposed to be monogamous, because this is one of the reasons. Like you have to like study human nature and our behavior.
We're hosts.
Yeah.
We're hosts.
I can't even have sex with people I don't know.
Can I say this? Can I say this?
What I'm saying is if everyone's got individual spirits. If your spirit is a whole, that's you.
No.
Yeah.
Individually. I'm letting you
hold on,
finish.
let me finish. What I'm trying to say is, you, Mark, if it was like that, because sometimes you only look at your perspective, because you even said yourself you don't like your girl to open bum. So if it's monogamy, my darling, it's not for just men. It's for women too.
No, but I understand.
Remember, it's women too. So if you're looking at monogamy, that means that women will be doing her thing.
100%.
But you don't even believe that. You just believe that
you
men
don't like
should
that
be
for
doing
yourself.
No. I know that women do it, but I just don't want to see it.
Exactly. You don't like it. It's not in your nature.
Because of my pride. Because
So
of
you
my
feel
pride.
like naturally, we feel
blame
like
me-
jealousy is something. For example, there's even for example, I was watching this documentary, the and polygamous, and even at one point they have to literally conversate and have these conversations, because they even feel at times jealous because one person is spending more time with the other person. It's within our nature. So sometimes when we love something, we do like want that thing. We want to
I don't
protect
think it's a love. I think it's an attachment.
I understand there are situations like that, but I'm talking about
Entanglement.
too many entanglements. Like I can't deal with those. Some situations.
I think that the love that you're talking about is a form of an attachment. I feel that once you start having sex with someone, it naturally becomes an attachment. If the sex is good. So I kind of feel like we are not naturally created to be one person. I feel like the process of...
Do you believe in soulmates?
Who told you
I don't
that?
believe in soulmates.
What?
believe
You told me this. I feel like, I said, like I said, in terms of like limitations, I think we limit ourselves by religion. We limit ourselves by the religion.
100%.
So
Religion,
I do feel like if I want to have 6 girlfriends, I will have 6 girlfriends. Not because it's frowned upon, because most of the things that I decide to
do you enjoy that?
Hold on.
In the normal world, it's not okay.
In the normal world, a lot of things are scrutinized and looked down upon, right? But if I have, there's people like the Tiger King or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a guy in there that's got 4 wives.
No, he had 2.
No, not him.
Husbands.
There's one guy in there that has 4 wives. They all have lions.
Tiger King?
Tiger King's on Netflix. You need to watch it.
It's a good-
Right?
it's a good
There's a guy, not him himself. There's a guy that has 4 wives in that. He has 4 wives. They all know about each other. They all work at his zoo.
And what does he do? And what does he do? Emotionally abuse them, look. Come on, man.
That's him. But I personally feel like if I want to have 6 girlfriends, it's down to my finances and it's down to the understanding between me and them.
But can
people.
I just say
But look
something?
at all that work.
I feel like guys use
No, it's not work. It's my
Many guys
pleasure.
use that as like the basis of it, but they're not actually doing that. Okay,
What do you mean?
They're not taking care of all 4 of the women. They may have kids. They're not doing what they do.
I have a friend. I have a friend.
You do have a friend that.
I have a friend, and you know he had 4 wives. He's divorced one now, so he's got 3 wives.
It's too much stress.
He's got 3 wives. He's got 7 kids between them.
Yeah.
You know, everybody, all the wives have their own houses, and he has his own house. Every Sunday, they all come together to his house.
Wow.
Does he also have
Tuesday,
another woman that comes along sometimes?
But Monday to Tuesday, listen, I'm talking, right? Monday, Tuesday, he's with one person.
They have their
Wednesday,
slots.
Thursday, and they are happy. They're comfortable. Everybody drives their Porsche. Everybody lives in their house. Everybody is nice. And they are happy when they come together. I went to dinner with them all on the Sunday at his house.
One big happy family.
It looks like one big happy family. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
But
every other marriage.
One-on-one, you don't know what goes
marriage.
behind
Exactly. That don't mean nothing.
Every other marriage.
Every other situation has problems.
The point I'm making is whether it's monogamous or polygamous, there will be problems.
100%.
Anything that happens between 2 different people, there will be problems.
Hence why we can't say monogamous is not natural and polygamous. We can't say nothing.
But to be
You know what I base it? Do you know what I base it on?
Come on now.
can't
No,
base it on.
let's look. 1 second. Let's look at history, for example. Even if you want to go back to the Bible, from the likes of Abraham to the likes of the Quran, Bible, whatever you want to look at. Whether you look at from the likes of Abraham to the from Abraham to Isaac to King Solomon to all of those
multiple wives.
They had multiple wives.
Or wives at different times.
Let's not even go there because I'm sorry, the Bible has a lot of stuff that I don't even believe.
So
okay, cool, but there's so does the Quran.
So does the Quran too.
Historically, men have
never been with one wife.
Humans have been just known.
His point is,
polygamous.
And then this is what
I'm not saying that it's
right or wrong.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Personally, there's certain stresses at this stage of my life that I don't really want to entertain.
And this is I want to.
Do you think you lack self-love if you try to share your love? Is
no.
it a
No,
reflection
I feel like you lack
reflection?
self-love if you restrict yourself from sharing. If that's what you do.
It is not for everybody. It is not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
It is not for everybody. But I've come to understand like you are your own planet. Right? You source, you feed your own planet, you energize your own planet, you can also kill your own planet. Now, it is about who, or we call it tribe. It's whoever you let into your tribe, right? If me and this certain person have an understanding that, look, I don't believe in so and so and so. What is your beliefs? I don't want you to change. What are your beliefs? I believe so and so. All right, cool. We are on the same page. Let us get along.
That's right.
These are the rules, and rules come into place now. Not when you're trying to control them. It's just a set of principles.
And if you believe the same
understanding
principles,
between you, like like I keep going back to this. Maybe your four guys, and also the Tiger King or whatever was in there.
Why was it the Tiger King?
No, because the form of understanding, although
is it that
not
good?
him.
Do I really need to watch
You need to watch it.
It's good. It's not like
it's not him himself. I can't remember the particular character's name, but although he was abusing women, and I don't agree with that, they were all in sync in the form of they were all
because they were abused.
No. They were all in a form of understanding.
Yeah, they all knew.
They all knew what was going on. They were all able to love and get along because there was a form of understanding of rules, which were I will be at this person's house. And even let me use the Quran then.
I don't know, man.
Let me use the Quran.
Okay, but let me use examples.
The Quran. There was I can't remember the guy's name because I'm still whatever. But there was a guy who made a principle.
So you basically just give an example of people like
in the Quran, there was a guy who basically he made rules between the wives. He married multiple wives, right? He made it a rule that if he's at somebody's house, you cannot contact him. You cannot bring your food to another person's house. My time is my time with my wife of that choice. Now, when there was a story that when one of the wives brought food to the other wife's house. The other wife got jealous and smacked the food on the floor. Smashed the food on the floor. Now. He, as the man who governed the situation, his own planet, he could have now reacted and disrespected his first wife in front of the second wife. But what he decided to do was clean up the food and apologize to both, but also made them understand that, listen, this was an agreement and a form of understanding that we were all on. And she apologized because she now forgot herself.
It's a system.
And came back into the system. Yes, I understand. I just became emotional. So I became emotional because I forgot myself. Because remember, you have to take accountability for the agreement that you made.
And if you're happy, and whoever's happy with that system, I don't want to be in that system.
That is fine.
That's fine. So that's fine. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying. But that world is perfectly fine if you choose to, and if whoever what women want to, that's fine. But when people say monogamous is not natural, I have a problem with that because that's natural to me, but it may not be natural to you.
What happens if you want to spend more time with the third wife?
Then there's all a form of communication.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a communication thing, right? Okay. Let's just even put it like this now. Yeah? You may not agree with it. You may not. Certain people might not agree with it. But then what I stress is, why is there a lot of divorces? I want to ask you a simple question.
Divorces.
Because people cheat. People want to
Why do people cheat?
Chat in different places.
Why do people cheat?
Because they're not happy.
Well,
they're not happy because what happens is a form of
people
change.
So you think, okay, so why is it that guys who have got three wives, right? They've got three wives, they're still cha-cha-chaing around the place.
Because human beings are
because
always
human beings
built
you
to
have
want
three
more.
wives already. She's fulfilling everything.
Let me understand. Let me make you understand something. Okay, I'm going to put it down to simple. I'm going to simplify it.
You think you're not happy with
you have one pair of shoes, right? There's nothing wrong with them shoes, right? But what happens? You outgrow. You see something else.
Do not compare shoes with your penis.
I'm not. I'm trying to give you. I'm just trying to give you a simple term to think of. Yeah. Okay. There's multiple shoes in the world, right? you see one pair of shoes, you like them shoes, you treat them well, you continue to maintain them or whatever. But eventually you're going to see another pair of shoes that you might like. Are you going to feel dissuaded?
Sometimes I like the same two shoes.
No, but honestly, this is what gets
why does it get on your nerves?
Okay, this is why it gets on my nerves, because you guys only see it.
I don't see girls with shoes. I'm just saying that.
I'm saying men have trouble. I accept your world in terms of like I respect it. It's not for me.
Respect.
But do you understand? I respect if you have a system and everyone's happy in that system.
System,
and women,
I don't like the word system. Let's try understanding.
Fine, whatever it is,
we get it.
Or understanding or whatever it is that you guys all have. 3 or wives, 4, 5, 2, whatever you guys want, how many you guys. But I just feel like men are very, when we're talking about multiple wives, men are very cool with that. But if tables are turned and it's a woman now, for example,
multiple men.
Let's say one of your wives also wants to have a multiple, because like you said, we find different things in different people. But let's go back to the question, which was, can you be in love with 2 different people?
I can.
I feel like you can't be there's a difference between being in love and loving someone.
No.
Yeah, I'm talking about my perspective.
Of course.
Oh yeah, true, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. I can't.
Thank you. So I feel like you can't, because when you're in love, from my experience, when you're in love, you're so tunneled vision anyways, because you're so in awe of this human being and so in love with this human being.
I do agree with that.
You don't even, certain people around you doesn't even give, you don't, just like, but when you fall out of love of someone, you don't in love them, you just love them. That, unfortunately, that your heart can open up to actually love someone else. So you can love 2 people at the same time.
Yeah.
Love 2 people at the same time.
But in different ways.
You can't be in different ways, but you can't be. I feel like when you're in love, it's very hard to love. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Love someone else.
Is it fair for me to say to you, okay, cool, have you ever experienced being in love with 2 people?
Not at the same time.
Okay, no, but just yes or no?
Not at the same time.
Okay, cool. So that means no. So then, until you're in that situation, is it fair to talk about it?
Yeah, I kind of like, because what it is, that's what I'm saying, in love. I felt out of love with someone. So what's that in love?
Okay,
anyways, let me not go in.
Let me say this, right?
I'm talking too much.
A lot of the times,
that juice is doing a lot.
Listen,
you call this Jesus juice.
Too much.
What sometimes we forget is that we like to think that the only thing that sustains a relationship is love.
It isn't.
Which is not the case.
It's
right?
true.
In reality, there are so many more factors that affect the sustainment.
Can you name some just for the purpose of?
Oh, mate. Finances.
Yes. Number 1.
Finances, culture, children, attachments, entanglements,
compatibility,
chemistry,
all of
connection.
Right.
You could be getting that good D, and you're like, I'm gonna stay right here.
All of these things all of these things affect the sustenance of a relationship. So sometimes when you have built something with somebody, it is much easier to add to the situation than it is to tear down. Because the damage that can be caused in the tearing down of what you have built is too vast. It is sometimes in those situations that people decide that actually, you know what, it might be worth me accepting certain things that I may not have accepted 10 years ago. But at this stage of where we are in this relationship, there is too much for both of us to lose. But I can appreciate that, yes, we may have a problem in this area which then needs to be addressed. Thus, it might be more. So, for example, I've heard situations where people have been married, built a great kingdom and all of that, empire together, but they can't have any children. The woman can't have children. The man wants children. The woman now understands. Listen, rather than losing absolutely everything I would rather accept for you to bring another woman in who's going to bear your children.
It's like Abraham and Sarah.
But that happens a lot more often than we know.
Surrogate mothers as a fall down because of that.
Who have had to bring other people in to carry their children.
Yeah, and that's okay.
So
that's okay.
I was even going to talk about that.
But how does that link with the loving 2 women at the same time?
When you are going to get somebody to love your child, there's a certain development that happens. Like you go out there and you choose somebody to have your children. There is a certain situation that is going to happen in the process. So you end up loving more than one person.
Yeah.
So these things happen.
Yeah. But then the thing is, where you kind of make a choice.
I'm gonna make it possible.
Where you make a choice,
I'm gonna have 6 wives.
Where you make it, oh Lord, where you make a choice is like you make a. So for example, you can like 2 people. Like I've had feelings for 2 people. Like, I don't want to say like because I think it didn't get to a point where. You know,
I can relate to that.
But I can like 2 people at the same time, and
but then what is that then?
Listen, let me finish. Like you have feelings for 2 people because you're dating, you're getting to know people. You might be like these 2 people are really, but then you have to make the decision. You make the decision based upon who you're more compatible with. Yeah. That's just basically what I do. Who am I more compatible with? Because yes, this person is great. Yes, this person is great. But who am I more compatible? Who am I going to be able to build with? Who am I going to be able to enhance certain things in my life with? And that's the person that you sort of choose.
So let me ask you.
So you can find.
I can never be an
option.
option.
Let me ask ladies this because I've always had this feeling when it comes to women that women are constantly talking to multiple guys at the same time.
100%.
And then they make a decision as to who they move forward with. Is this how you're roll?
That's how I
That is not. It's not a question. It's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Women talk.
I'm talking. I can be very honest about that because while my only, for example, I used to because obviously I'm kind of like I don't say anything, but the whole dating world, for example. Before I used to be like just talk to one person at a time.
I was like that
and
too.
Then I used to do that, and then I realized what am I doing?
Wrong thing to do.
Like when you're talking, that means you're not having sex with them. You're talking, you're getting to know this human being, who they are. Is this person right for me? Are we right together? Am I right for him? Yeah. So I feel like when you're talking to one, and I know people say, Aria, don't give because sometimes when you give your energy to too many people, that means you're not really taking your time to really give that much energy to one person. So I understand that, hence why I don't do it to 2. I don't talk to too many people. But
what's the maximum you've ever reached? What's your maximum credit limit?
Naturally, you can only.
Bro, let the women speak.
Sorry.
What are you talking about?
How many do you?
Oh, you're putting on the spot.
What talk to?
Yeah.
Like talk is talk.
10.
I got
And
you,
that,
girl.
guys, is what we call entanglement.
She's I'm not saying I love you.
But you know what, babe? Just to bounce off of what you say,
each other.
I used to be the same. I used to be like, oh my god, I've met
Used
this
to
guy. He's so you used to be because. Let's get a whole line. Let's get a whole line of him. I was just.
What happened?
You get a date. You get.
You get 5 minutes. You get 5 minutes. You get 5 minutes.
Because you're good.
No, but like I used to be the same. I would meet a guy and I would just, automatically think, oh, this is it. Relationship, boom, bang, bang. But that's not how it goes. You need to obviously test the waters, go on different dates, get to know different people. So I think it's healthy to do that.
It's healthy.
Have
The thing is, you
guys
don't
that you're
lead.
talking to, and then you can see
Guys
if
do
they've
this
got.
too, though. So what you guys
You don't lead. One
But at least we don't like. I mean, not every woman, but at least
don't
some
do
of us
this?
don't
Oh,
sleep
you said you
with
don't
the
do this.
guy straight
know what I
away.
do.
You guys test the waters in different ways.
I tell you what I do.
But it's about transparency as well.
Right.
I'm very transparent.
See,
so
you
do you understand? I'm talking to other people.
It's not a game. It's more of a thing. It's like you're doing applications. There's a vacancy.
I mean, can you send me the format so I can create some?
It's not a format. Okay, look, everybody's looking for something because we're kind of systematically focused to move in one way, which is we're looking for one person, right? But you're looking for someone that's gonna fulfill you in every kind of way. Yeah. So I don't naturally, in my dating life, I don't naturally kind of follow one rule. I kind of just go with what I feel is natural to me.
Yeah,
so I could be talking to 3 or 4 different people, right? It doesn't necessarily mean I'm fucking them, I'm doing anything with them or whatever, or even dating them. I believe my way of getting to know someone, I make it very difficult for people. This is just my way of doing things. I make it very difficult for someone to get in. Why? Because I believe that once they get in, you're staying there. I don't like all this dip in, dip out, right? So I kind of put them through, like, let's call it gladiators. They got to go through obstacles. They got to go through,
endurance.
They got to see my temperament. They got to see me
but
for I am.
don't you think that's a little bit like?
It's not gameplay because girls do exactly the same thing.
No, but I feel like why do you have to put someone through all of this
You know
stuff?
why? You know why? Because I know that I've been through so much myself that I'm affected
just
by
be
people.
simple.
No, I don't like.
It's not a simple.
It's not simple because what you have to realize is it's very easy for a woman. This is a woman's world, right? Men are seen as providers, right? We have to go through a lot. We have a lot of pressures on ourselves to be able to provide, to be the men that we are, right? So it's going to sound bad, but we see women as a form of, if a woman comes into our life, it's to complement what we have established for ourselves. I'm not looking
wrong with that.
Yeah, which is fine.
It's cool, but then at the same time, there are a lot of women out there who naturally I'm not there to compliment, they're there to take.
Right.
Right?
But vice versa.
Vice versa. So I don't want a woman to come into my life and take
so
easily.
That's how I feel.
So I need to make it very, very hard.
Yes.
So when you come in, it's going to take you a hell of a lot to get out that you feel.
You have to be careful with that as well.
I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it's a bit weird.
It's a thin line.
For me, I feel like,
it's a thin line, but then it's what you think. That's my self-love. My self-love is that I've got to make it hard for you, so that when you pass that, then I know you're for me.
Because you're like worthy.
Do you understand?
Yeah, but what if you miss a point and she really ends up acting like she didn't take, but then when you get with her, she's taking from you?
What do you mean?
Oh,
I'm not someone you can take from. I can guarantee. I put on my mama's
But she's
life.
saying, what if she decepts? Like
She can't.
What
I've been
if
through
she's just
certain
as
things.
good as you are?
You can never be too good as me.
No,
How do you know that?
Because the moment I see, the thing is, you see, look, you can't
If you want
teach me
someone
my
to compliment
shit.
she has to be as good as you. Because I wouldn't want no one.
No, because the moment I figure it out, right, you're gone. You're gone. Like, I don't have time for...
Cutthroat.
Like, I've not got no time. I won't even tell you that I've clocked you. I will just play the game. You'll see me with another girl, and then the moment you now say, but what's going on? I say, you know what's going on. Why do I need to explain myself?
I feel like girls...
I don't know about that.
It's not games. It's just the fact of delivering out.
Girls play a lot of games as well these days. And so
They do. We all play games. We all play games.
You do have to...
I don't play games.
You do have to put people through a certain process. But for me, I see it as like, I'm dangling the keys to the kingdom. Not everybody can have these keys. Not everybody can get access to this stuff. And so you have to be...
You have to show your worthiness.
Qualified. At the very least, you have to be here to protect what I've been building, what I've been investing in, and come and add and be serious
100%.
about proactively adding to what I'm already. And that includes my peace.
Yeah, but the way you're putting it, is very different to how Mark
he said what he said. I'm saying what.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hold on. I'm still talking, bro.
Okay, go for it.
I feel like it's very important. It's very important. Everybody has to go through a process. We all have our individual processes. For me, at this stage, the most important thing that I want a woman to... I don't like stress. I don't like stress.
No one likes stress.
I have created... Now, some women love stress.
Some people like stress.
Some people love dramas. And
I hear you.
Listen, I have created a system around me where I love
peace. Me too. Amen.
And that's usually what attracts people to me. Because they don't see no dramas and all of that shit. Great. I want to keep that shit that way.
Let's keep it
that way. So if you come and you are starting shit up,
I think
you got about 24 hours.
I understand, Layla. I think I get what you're saying, man. Sorry, Layla. I think what you're trying to. We're saying two different things, but it's just like you got Sony, you got Sharp.
Concept.
Yeah, we've got two different concepts. You got the red pill, you got the blue pill. Do you understand? He's like he said, he's setting up his piece. My setting up my piece is to set up.
that you do that.
You know, a system like a firewall, right? To create such a preference so that it makes it difficult for people that are on fuckboy shit, as to say, or fuckgirl shit, to penetrate and take and leave. Right? I am not saying that I'm playing games. It's the way that you protect yourself. Exactly. We all have our way of doing things. I'm not trying to say that I'm running game on A, Y, and Z. But I have an obligation and I have the right to love myself that much that I need to make it
difficult. The danger in that,
difficult.
though, is sometimes when everyone's... their protection is different. When everyone's protective,
there's no vulnerability.
There can be a clash.
I hear you.
But it's a selfish world,
it's
so
unfortunate.
it's a selfish world.
Sometimes you just don't.
The reality for me is this: finding me attractive or somebody finding interest in me.
It's two different things.
It doesn't flatter me.
Yeah.
Like, in all humility, it's supposed to look attractive. It looks very attractive. It doesn't necessarily mean you can handle it. But everybody wants to be part of something that looks nice.
100%.
Right. So just the fact that people are interested does not give you access into
everything.
Right. So
you have to qualify.
You have to qualify and you have to show.
And the qualification is because you know what you've been through in terms of the struggle that you've been through.
It's always a self-reflective thing.
100%, but I think that's why the reason why I haven't settled. Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't want to just settle for the sake of settling. I don't want to just be with someone because I'm with someone is a trophy, like for trophy reasons. So do you get what I mean? And that's why I said as well. I remember.
But again, is the love more important to you, or is that stability? Because you can have someone that's amazing.
Right, that's a good question.
But you don't actually love him, but he's actually giving you everything that you're
You have to
asking
answer
for.
that honestly.
I'm being very honestly, because my darling, I would have, if that was the case, I would have been right now in a relationship, and that's the honest truth. That's the honest truth. Yeah, because I love love. You don't understand. I just love love. Love is like
I don't know.
That's the thing. I feel like sometimes women are more obsessed with
maybe
love.
we are. Maybe we are. But then I know, but I do think very rational, very. Because at the end of the day, I know as well what I'm bringing to the table. I know the type of woman I am. I know that I can bless. Me coming into a man's life is a blessing. I am a blessing to a man. So for me, that's how do you get what I'm trying to say? So for me, for example, I know me. Yeah, it's like I don't like to ever, compare a relationship to a business, but I'm just using just as an analogy in terms of like
a business, by the way. It's a business.
It's of emotional investments, I suppose, as well. But I'm just saying, for example, you wouldn't if I came in with £1 million, it wouldn't to invest in something, and I want my business partner, for example, to come in. If he bought £50, there's certain things that you just wouldn't accept. Yeah, do you understand? So
I feel like more than ever, women do that. Like you go and you ask girls so you're trying to figure out what they bring to the table, and like I see this meme going around. He asked me, what do I bring to the table? And I said, I am the fucking table. You ain't got a pot to piss in. And you're here talking about you're the fucking table. What? Because you look good? You don't.
Yeah, but
we're living in a time where some women are so dumb and deluded. You looking good means fuck all to me.
Exactly.
That's not
but I'm saying, these are the questions that you have to ask.
I call it the yo-yo effect. You pick and drop because you're feeling temperamental. But what you have to realize is that when you're being temperamental and you're thinking in the moment, in that moment you're causing a lifetime of damage.
Right.
Right? So when you now decide to come out of your moment of, let's call it madness, you've coming back to someone who has still suffering the effects of that moment of splurge. Like a moment of splurge, you pick up an AK-47, you're angry, and you kill 400 people because you're pissed. Once you put that gun and you now say, okay, I'm happy now, you still got dead corpse to deal with.
You've got 400 families crying
and affected.
I'm not
gonna lie, and I'll say this anywhere, I'll say it from any roof. When you keep on dumping someone, the first time, the second time, I was a mug in the sense of I allowed it to happen.
Right.
What, from a female?
Yeah. I allowed it to happen. The fifth time, and I didn't call it.
The fifth time?
No. Okay, cool.
I
have no. Listen, I have
chocolate me.
Hold on. I have no shame because the reality is this is my truth. Yeah, but after the fourth or fifth time, and I had these conversations with her, and I said, you can't keep on doing this to me. I love you, and I know I'm not perfect. But you need to choose your battle.
So one thing, sorry to cut you off. What I don't understand, why did she keep breaking up with you?
It was just like if I did something that she didn't agree with necessarily, we're done.
Yeah.
So
it was a splurge of amount.
You feel like she didn't take time to work.
But that doesn't mean commitment. It means you're not committed to me.
Yeah.
Because we will both.
It was like hot and cold, hot potato.
And what I don't like is, I can appreciate. Yes, you mentioned earlier, you don't know about what people have been through in their history. Everybody has been through something. Everybody has been through something that puts them in a vulnerable position. And the thing is, and this irks me because sometimes people do not appreciate that men hurt the same way.
Right.
So when a woman comes, so for me, look, if you have trauma from your past that you haven't dealt with, do not make yourself available to people rather than going into situations.
And this is the thing.
That's a fact because at the beginning of like a relationship, previous relationship, every minute it would be like that. And I'm like, this ain't it. I'm not here for this. Listen, you're either gonna be here
or you're not.
And build, or you're not, and don't waste my time. I'm not.
And do you know what was
You
the...
have to be careful, because sometimes that feeling of whatever you're feeling has happened to you before, you start projecting that on other people.
100%.
And you start doing it
100%
to others.
But
how much do you expect?
It's a defense mechanism.
Exactly. And how much do you expect that other person to endure until they think, you know?
And this is what you have to have. It has long-lasting effects.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you know, her doing that, and like I keep on saying, her doing that has now shaped the way I do things. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect, and I'm not saying that she hasn't gone through her own form of, you know, revelations or triumphs or her tests. And maybe, like I said, I wasn't being the best man I could be at the time. But there is a form of respect that both people should have, and an understanding that we get into this.
Yes.
You knew, that's why I don't believe in changing someone. It's about seeing something and saying,
yes,
I'm going to take this challenge on because I think I can stomach this.
Yes.
You don't now...
But also what as we as women, I'm not sure for guys, but we need to stop looking for projects or thinking that we can
100%,
develop a project.
100%, 100%.
It's not our business.
I think that is the worst thing ever.
It is.
It is the worst thing ever.
How you meet them,
Yeah.
expect them to stay the same.
Yeah. Because
if they change, good for you.
Yeah.
But if they don't, you start
in that process, that's how we stop loving ourselves and go back to self-love. And you start giving and giving to this relationship, this man, and you think soon he's gonna be there.
And
he's
you know
gonna
what?
be the man. And then it's like we're filling up this other guy for another whole other relationship, which is great.
And then you stick to that.
But then you lose yourself in the midst of it all.
And then you stay in that relationship at times
for the
because
wrong
you feel
reasons.
for the wrong reasons. And you feel like, oh my days, I invested 8 years in this
8 years to it,
relationship.
so I need to
and
carry
now
on.
I'm gonna just give up all this fight that I've been doing. I'm just gonna give up. You're not even. You now lost even the.
It's not about you.
It's not about you. It's not about him. It's not about him. It's the fact that you spent this time trying to
project management,
and then the project is just not working, and it's not working. And people stay in there for so long. It's just like, you know what? Let me just leave. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's you know, and for me, one of the things that I've, especially as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize, you know, if we have a problem in a relationship, and it's important to not to attack each other.
100%.
Like, you've got to see, it is me and you versus the problem. It's not me versus you.
I love that.
I
love that.
Like this is how I see it, right?
Amen.
If my toes, remember, if you're going to be in a relationship with anybody, you are going to offend each other.
Right.
It's part of it.
Easy.
But if my toes offend my fingers, I don't chop my toes off because it's part of one organism.
Right.
It's part of one body. Whatever I do to that will hurt the body. The relationship is the body. You and me we are parts of this one body. If we keep attacking one another, the body is not going to survive. We've got to attack the problem, not one another, which is what a lot of people do in relationships. And I don't like that shit.
And also bringing other people into it, because a lot of the times you may have a certain idea or perception or something, but you go to a friend and the friend's like, I would never do that. So then you've now taken away from you.
hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, you've taken away from
the nail
yourself
on the
and your
head.
beliefs, and you're like, oh, but my friend wouldn't do that, so I need to end this. Do you know what I mean? So it looks good to everyone else, but again, you're still not putting yourself first.
I can relate to that.
Is most likely single.
I can relate to that. I can relate to that. Being someone with you know, unpopular opinion or doing the certain things, we all have like a form of responsibility to love ourselves enough to know what we can take and what we cannot take.
Yep.
And I would say that, you know, in terms of talking about broken projects, I never put myself as a broken project, but because of the other person and the way they, you know, review you kind of automatically, if you don't have that confidence within yourself, you kind of look at yourself as a broken project. So the kind of girls and the people that I was bringing or attracting to me were girls that I felt looked at me as a broken guy. That's because I didn't have any form of self-love or self-substance to say, you know, I'm not that guy that you think I am.
Yeah.
So I automatically put myself into a position where I played the broken guy. And now when I now decided to stand up and talk like a person with authority, they'll be like, but you're not like that. You're like A, Y, and Z, and this person said that about you, and I'm only with you because I felt like you had so much potential. I hate that word, by the way. I hate that word.
Because again, it goes back to the whole project. You see the potential, and you're living up to this potential, and you might not have the same idea for yourself. You know, and I think that's also toxic to it as women.
It's a projection. It's a projection of other
We're
people's.
investing in potential and not the results.
Right.
Exactly.
And the thing is, you never go to a shop and be like, can I see the potential of that? What is the process? You want the final product, so why is it that we don't
get what fits you? You don't buy 2 sizes down.
To grow into it.
Potentially, you will lose weight to get into it.
And this is a two-way street.
Yeah.
It's both.
But do men actually also look for women that are projects?
Do you know what? I think we don't look for women that are projects, but
depend on you.
The thing is that a man, you want somebody who you can grow with, or help improve their own situation. And sometimes you inadvertently pick up a project without recognizing that you have picked up. You know this popular opinion. Come, let me upgrade you. You know what I'm saying? Come, let me upgrade you. And in the process, you are trying to now expose this person to a different lifestyle that they may not be.
They can't even maintain it themselves.
And now they can't manage it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a.
I think
it's all the fuckeries, really.
I think for me, personally speaking,
I just want to be me, just want to get day, you know.
Exactly.
What about you, babe?
What about you, babe? Over and over again, and just be happy.
Drink some wine.
Conclusion.
Conclusion is, I think I've been saying it all through the message is, don't limit yourselves on to what you can and cannot achieve in terms of your love life. And as an individual, you have to love yourself deep enough to know what is for you and what is not for you.
The price, you need to put the price higher up because so many of us, we underprice ourselves. I was like, oh yeah, but he wouldn't be with a girl like me. Or it's like, no, you need to hold.
You need to be able to tell yourself you can have any
but you need to know your worth
you want.
because the more, look, I know for myself the kind of guy I want. It's only going to come when I become the woman that I need to be to attract that kind of man.
Exactly.
You know, if I'm still holding on to baggage, old stuff, putting up walls, acting like men ain't... This is,
okay, so
you know,
the issue that I have with that is it's possible and very easy to sometimes have this idea of this king who is going to come once you reach this level.
It's not about reaching a level. It's becoming that person. The inside, the one who I love myself enough.
And your best person of yourself will always be ahead of you. You will never achieve this best person.
100%. But what I'm saying is when you become that woman, like you said, Jay, someone that's going through trauma or whatever, or doesn't have the inner peace, of course that man can give you that. He can help you get to that, but you can also get that for yourself.
Yes, you should.
Do you see what I'm saying? And but, the more you become that...
Having said all of these things about projects and all of that, I think the most important thing that people have to experience, the most important thing people have to remember when you get into a relationship with somebody is that every single person is broken in some way.
100%.
The reason I am attracted to you is because there is something that you possess that can heal me.
100%.
Vice versa. And I think when people see each other as I am here to be your healing, we will be kinder to each other in the way that we deal with one another because everybody comes with something hurt and pain or whatever.
And it's never going to match up, is it?
And there is something about you that I find soothing to this situation. Both the men and women. It's only when it's a one-sided situation that causes problems. But we are both. The relationship is supposed to be the haven where we both. It's like a hospice. It's where we both come to find healing. And so when you see it like that, it becomes a place of healing and a place of love and a place of kindness.
Where you at though?
All of that stuff. That's what it's supposed to be. Anything other than that. It's stress.
What can we say? This is Two Grown Pod. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment below, and keep watching. Thank you for being here.
Love yourself. Nobody's gonna love you.
No one's gonna love you like you love yourself.
Love yourself twice a day.
Whatever you